All right. Welcome. This is the Megamind podcast, and I am Atari Jude, and my co-host here with me is.
This is Opideme. This is our fourth try recording this first episode of this podcast. So this one fail, this podcast is not going to start. So if you are listening to this, if you are hearing this right now, then know that the podcast started. Help us and thank God.
Yes, that was our time God. If you can like, react, subscribe, whatever it is, guys.
Yeah. Because as not being easy. It's the amount of time we've spent in trying to record this first episode, like in a lot to record 3 episodes.
No jokes, guys. No jokes, guys. No jokes, guys.
Right? But thank God, man.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Let's start right here. But wait, don't you have something to tell the community, bro?
Oh yes, shout out to the community. We asked people to vote
Out of
on the
kindness, our.
that's out of our benevolence. And people had the audacity to choose the name that we did not choose. This podcast was supposed to be called Net Theory. People went to go and choose the Mega Mind podcast. No problem. Let's go change the name. We have the final say.
All power belongs to us.
All power belongs to us.
Anyways, the podcast is about reviews of movies, plots, characters, everything that makes the movie industry tick, the TV shows, the storylines, and so much more.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. Hopefully, we're going to be able to bring this to you every single week.
Yeah.
The grace of God.
Yes, by the grace of God, by the grace of
So
God.
let's get into it.
Yeah.
The first thing we're going to be covering today is the Wisher.
Yeah.
Because as at the time of recording, the Wisher season 4 is going to be dropping tomorrow, right? Which is the 30th of October. Mm-hmm.
I'm clapping for it now, bro. Why giving me that look? I'm clapping for it.
In that piece.
Go on, go on, go on.
Right. But something different is happening in season 4 of the Wisher, and it's the fact that the titular character of Gareth of Gravia is no longer going to be played by our our favorites.
Our beloved.
But now Liam Hemsworth is taking that role. And the first thing when I saw the trailer for the Wisher, being a fanboy that I was excited to see, the new Wisher content. I saw so fire bunnies of people. I saw some strange beast. I saw Yennefer, the love of my life. I'm like, wow. Mm. I was excited. But the second time around when I watched the trailer, I could not get over the fact that Liam Hemsworth was not the Wisher that I was used to wearing. It looked smaller in the role. He did not have the gravitas and the aura. Not have the bars in his voice. It was not it. And I I wanted to overreact. Like the moment I overreacted, I was like, I am definitely going to watch this. But I don't know how you feel about seeing Liam Hemsworth taking up the role as a new Geralt of Rivia.
Truth of the matter is, just in case if you don't know who Liam Hemsworth is, he is the brother to Chris Hemsworth, and Chris Hemsworth is the actor who portrays the role of Thor in Marvel.
You can call him the low budget.
Please don't do that. Well, basically, I do think that Liam Hemsworth is a good character. I mean, actor. In his own right, is a good actor in his own right, and I just think he was set up to be in a position, and I blame his manager as well, though, to play or to fit shoes that he would never be able to actually wear on or put on ever in his career. Basically, though,
Unfortunately,
unfortunately,
he had already failed before he even started because he can't.
to be honest,
There is no way for him to pull it off.
there's no way.
And it's not just because of it's not a judgment on his acting
Yes.
and assessing.
Yes.
It's more of the way Henry Cavill was put out of that role, right? Aside from the fact that he was the main attraction to the TV show, even for me personally, because before the Netflix TV show started, I did not know anything about the world of the Witcher,
Like many of us.
right? So I never played the games, I never read the books, nothing. But when it was announced earlier in 2019 that the next Game of Thrones was coming to Netflix, the Witcher, I was like, okay, I did not watch the first Game of Thrones. I probably should not miss out on the next Game of Thrones, right?
Exactly.
And I was familiar with the actor Henry Cavill because he was the Superman then.
Yeah.
So he was the point of attraction for a lot of the fans, and fans have come to fall in love with him. So it's crazy to see or imagine someone else playing that role, regardless of how good an actor they are. It's like someone else playing Iron Man in the Marvel universe that is not RODG. I'm sorry, I don't care how good you are. We are not going to like you.
We're not going to like you.
I'm sorry, we are not going to like you. You are not Iron Man.
You are not it.
I think that is the kind of role that Henry Cavill had played in that franchise, and it's quite unfortunate that he did not work out in him and the showrunners of that TV show.
Yeah.
But still, I think we are going to still get around to watching it eventually.
Yes, definitely. I think, but we'll use one eye to watch it so that do not pour spit.
And hopefully, it's not a total disaster.
Yes, with fingers crossed on that.
Even if it is, we're going to talk about
Yes,
local drag.
we are going to be there. We're going to be there. We're going to be there.
Right. And then, talking about The Witcher, The Witcher is one of the major fantasy epic TV series we have right now. Yeah, cinema or movies in general.
Currently,
I was talking with Jude. I was talking with you the other day, and I was talking about how there is there is the general fantasy genre and there is the sub-genre called fantasy epic. And I was trying to delineate the difference between those two genres. I don't know if you can tell our listeners what the difference is in with. Probably give us some examples as well.
well, okay. Let's start with the examples before I go into explaining them. I think
Right.
for fantasy movies, you have movies like a very famous franchise of Harry Potter. Then we have the series of Merlin. I think those currently are two that off the top of my head I can usually say that are the major fantasies. Then for fantasy epic, we have, like you've mentioned, The Witcher. We have The Wheel of Time. We have which other one? Yeah.
No, I just the top of my mind. Move on.
Yeah, so I think the underlying difference between fantasy and fantasy epic is that fantasy epic, it deals with different factions who have different goals, but their goals kind of intertwine and make up or meet at the junction of the storyline that is being told. Yeah, they all gather together to make the storyline what it is. So we have maybe characters that are humans, characters that are elven, you have magicians, different sub factions, but they all come together, to make the storyline what it is. Like world building, basically.
You know, the last thing you said, they just remind me of some other fantasy stories that we have as well.
Yeah.
One good one is the original.
Hmm.
Because one major factor that makes fantasy is the existence of magic. The fantasy world,
Yeah.
the existence of magic. Right? The originals or the story of the originals, the Vampire Diaries and Legacy has magic. So we had witches, we have werewolves, and we had vampires. All of those. So not just magic, but those mythical creatures like vampires, werewolf, windigos. That's fantasy, right? So the TV shows of the originals and Vampire Diaries makes up a good fantasy world as well. And then on that show I can think of right now is Shadowhunters.
Yes, I loved the live action movie. I really did love it.
You have to see the TV show. TV show is crazy. It has one of the biggest ensemble of mythical creatures. So we had werewolves, we had vampires, we had shadow hunters, Saturn mythical creatures, have humans, have warlocks and witches, pixies, like multiple different factions, right? But because there was not a lot of focus in the world building of the world of Shadowhunters. How
Yeah.
we ascribe that to
Fantasy.
fantasy. And for fantasy epic, the major thing that sets the apart, just think of what they massive proportions. And that's why we call the Witcher fantasy epic because we could literally take you away from, you know, where Geralt of Rivia is so a different kingdom.
Entirely.
Yeah, for a full episode where I just didn't want to spend in that kingdom and there. Eventually you realize that separate storyline are woven to the major storyline.
Yeah.
So like I was telling you earlier, it's like in the world of the Witcher, we have Ciri, which is like the major character, and we Garrett of Rivia, right? And that of first for Ciri, it had promised Ciri's grandmother many years ago that I was going to take care of Ciri and whatever, and it's looking for Ciri, so that So, because so Siren is kind of like his daughter, and also establish that responsibility as a father. But then also we have the Nilfgaards, the soldiers that were usually on black throughout the should start looking for Siri. And then what we realized, the king of the Nilfgaards is father of Siri that we thought died many years ago. And now he's looking for Siri because he wants his daughter back to his side. Then we have the elves that are also looking for Siri for their own objective. Because they have the prophecy from many years ago that someone with an elder blood that is going to restore back kingdom of the elves and save them from slavery to the humans, right? Then we have other kingdoms that are trying to get serious so that they can marry them off to their king or their prince.
Obviously for power.
And power definitely to unite their kingdom with kingdom of Cyril. Kingdom of Sisha was one of the most powerful of world of the Wisher. Like, you can marry the holy elf to automatically on the king that kingdom has. And then you have the Aegis and the magicians that were trying to do for themselves as well because they wanted that control of the world. And we also have Gigapods and those things from other universes that were looking for story because they wanted to pull for them. But so it's like a lot of different characters and factions fighting together from different parts of the world, right? Coming to make this well cohesive storyline. It looks like a pot of soup, different ingredients in it. It's story. That's the reason I love Fantasy. You can literally get lost in the world. And talk about Fantasy. I don't know what your favorite Fantasy is. From is the Wheel of Time. So much of the Wheel of Time because the Wheel of Time has one of the best world building fantasy epic movies and novels as well because the writer of the Wheel of Time, Robert Jordan, he took his time in not just building different parts of the world, but establishing their different cultures. So you could see the way someone dressed and knew that they came from this part of the world in the Wheel of Time, right? You could see the way a lady dressed and you know that okay, this is an item.
I said that, yeah.
Right? Or you could see the way someone dressed and you know that okay, this is what someone from the kingdom of the light. Those people that were like, yeah.
It's really persecuting.
Execution. Side border. I tell you, the light help you evil. And then there were those guys from yes, that as I but they are unique dressing, they are unique culture, they are unique beliefs, right? That when you see them, like people are for this particular part of world full of time. And then when you see Tanshiko, you can tell from this that this is Shiko. They had this veil they have over their face.
Yeah.
The way they spoke.
They spoke,
you understand?
Yeah.
So you can literally get lost in the world. Another word that could almost pass for fantasy epic in a way, but is more in line of sci-fi a little bit.
Yeah.
The world of Star Wars.
Yes.
It's literally a universe.
Yes, Star Wars, yes.
But
Can we say Dune? Can we say Dune?
definitely, Dune would pass more for a fantasy epic than Star Wars would because Dune, Star Wars had a reasonable amount of magic.
So to a very large extent.
Yeah, so both of them, they are fantasy epic, right? So Dune as well, with the Bene Gesserit, they are commanding and pushing of their boys. That's fantasy epic. But we add what for planets, what for families, objectives and goals, and our story is basically trading between the objectives of the different families and objectives that play with each other, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the difference between fantasy and fantasy.
Yeah. So just we talked about Dune just now.
Yeah.
And I think Warner Bros were part of the companies behind the production of Dune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder, there's been news recently online that Warner Bros is now open to selling their studio to whoever has enough money to buy them out. Right. And at first, the past few weeks, the rumor has been going around, but they expressly denied it up until last week when it came up openly to say that they happen to sell in their studio. Now the question for us, what concerns us in this matter, is what will be
our bone of contention.
Exactly, is what will become of the DCU and James Gunn being at the helm of DCU. Because when the news started spreading around, a lot of people started theorizing that James Gunn was going to probably be fired out of that position, which makes sense to some extent because, you know, usually, let's use the instance of, for instance, a football club, new ownership comes to a football club. More, usually, they would fire the current manager to bring in someone else,
Okay.
right, to take the reins, right? So there is the idea of that flying around that, they could possibly fire James Gunn. And I guess that idea is coming from a place that, a lot of the fans are disappointed in James Gunn, especially after what happened with Peacemaker season 2. Not seen it yet, but I've been seeing the conversation
Yeah, the
online.
conversations online. People were not. I think they weren't happy with the finale,
Yeah, the way it ended.
the way it ended particularly.
And I think from what I've heard, the problem was James Gunn. He overhyped it. He was talking about how the last 3 episodes were the best piece of content he has ever created in his life, right? So,
Well, I think that um given the fact that Superman and no, aside that Warner Bros. They have actually been on a road this year. If you've noticed,
yeah, it's actually surprising that on the back of this,
yes,
they'll be looking to sell their studio because
they've not been on the best run in
better than Disney at the budget just this year.
best run in a very very long time with
Right.
F1.
Yes,
With Superman.
and yes, my Superman did better than Fantastic Four, right? So that fits Disney right here.
We are coming to that maybe on our next episode, but we are coming to that though. But yeah. So it's actually quite crazy. But well, to give my express opinion, I don't know about you though.
All right.
I do think that James Gunn should be given a little bit of time to at least finish this project that he has set upon because I think he is actually doing well, and I think there's major room for improvement. But I think he has started really, really well. So if they could just give him, the benefit of the doubt and just trust him, that's the new owners, whoever it is. Speaking about the new owners, who do you think should be the purchaser? Because we have a list. We have Netflix, we have Apple, we have Paramount, we have Amazon themselves. Who do you think should be? Maybe you think Netflix should?
I can put it to you categorically that the last person that should own Warner Bros is Netflix.
Why are you doing like this, bro?
It is going to be a disaster to the world of movies, right? Netflix is not a kind of company that pays attention to quality most of the time. And then automatically a lot of beautiful IPs like Dune and DC, need to go down the track. Mind you, Warner Bros is also in charge of producing the new Harry Potter series that is coming out.
Yes. So, which there has been a lot of tussle about, but finally it seems there has been headway.
But yeah, give all of those to Netflix and only God know what they are going to get from that. But yeah, Netflix is in the running as well.
Yeah.
I think it's from reports we are getting, it's most likely going to be Paramount.
Okay.
And sources close to Paramount are saying that David Ellison, which is the owner of Paramount, is likely James Gunn at the reins. Right? He's likely to pick James Gunn and Verstappen at the reins of DC and let them, at least to some extent, see that they've had a reasonable amount of.
Yeah. Especially with Lanterns. I am so excited for I I love I love the Green Lantern Corps. I love the Green Lantern Corps. So having a live action series animation, not just produced by DC, but in collaboration with HBO, I have been looking forward to that. And I hope they do allow him, the time to actually make something.
And I think it's not going to be very, very ideal if they change him from,
Especially with the reboot.
inside, because we just rebooted, and who knows, the new person they bring in might want to reboot him as
So
well.
we have a reboot. So
It's not going to just work
not
as Sophie at
what do you think about Apple? Because I think they've actually really been good. I said this I think some years ago or some months ago that Apple took the movie industry by storm because the movies they've been putting out, the series they've been putting out, the collabs they've been having, it's really interesting. And I think they might do just well in acquiring Warner Bros. What do you think? What do you think? Considering all the franchises and all.
I think I respect the quality of movies that and TV shows Apple has put out in recent years. I think they've mastered act of prestige TV shows. So they don't
I love that word.
low quality
I love that word.
beige TV shows. They are shows that should keep you engrossed, right?
Yeah, especially the sci-fi region.
Not just the sci-fi,
Yeah.
basically. Like if we go back to last year, Presumed Innocent that featured Jake Gyllenhaal.
Exactly.
It
That was the.
it was epic.
I was about to make reference to that.
Presumed Innocent, and even in previous years, like the C TV show with Jason Momoa,
Yeah.
the current one, Chief of War, the movie that came out with Jason Momoa, like actual epic
Actual
shows.
epic shows,
So
bro.
I think Apple has mastered art of creating prestige. The
Silo with Rebecca Ferguson.
Silo as well, right?
Come on.
If also one of my favorites, spy and intelligence agency series, the Slow Horses.
Okay. Okay. I'm saying.
Slow Horses reimagine what it means to make a spy TV show, because for the first time, it's not all seriousness and all put spy one. It's like there's this sense of humor that is always overarching the story that you cannot ignore, right?
Yeah.
So Apple has mastered that. I don't know if they are going to. I don't know if that's it's enough to say they are qualified enough to take over as much intellectual properties as it is that Warner Bros. It's
Okay.
they might be spread too thin.
Okay.
Right? I don't know if they have the capacity.
Yeah.
So, because
Oversee
when you're talking about Warner Bros,
it's large.
it's about DC. I'm talking about Harry Potter. We're talking about Dunes.
I saw a write-up where someone mentioned Ben 10, and I was like, yes.
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 Any character that belongs to Nickelodeon belongs to Warner Bros. Warner Bros.
So I think I see your point in them being spread too thin. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't think Apple can take on that.
At this point, at this point in time. So yeah. All right. That's let you know.
Let's allow Apple. Let's continue to get this prestige.
Yeah. That's the word. So Apple TV, are you hearing us? Prestige. Oh. Push you add this to your
Quality stuff, please.
prestige. So yeah. Big shout out to them. Yeah. Yeah. So moving on.
Yeah, so I think the next thing we should talk about is we recently watched the season 2 of GenV, and like we have a lot to talk about. Like, see, I don't let me let you start, because if I start now, I will not let you talk. Just take it away.
Anyways, I think
First of all, let's tell me thank you for forcing me to watch GenV season 2. No,
bro, it's not, bro, it's not like that. It's not.
thank you.
It's not like that, bro. It's not like that.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Anyways, getting on it. I think currently Gen V is the best superhero series so far. Probably before Invincible, or maybe it tops Invincible because Invincible was peak as well. But maybe live action. Oh, I think it was
The last season.
the last season. I think it was. I think it was earlier this year.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's say in terms of live action series or a superhero movie, I think Gen V won it this year because it was crazy. It was crazy. It was really really cool. So let's the characters and all. I don't think a series has led me that on for so long without having any idea or iota of what was going to happen next, bro. And also, spoiler alert, guys, for The Boys season 5, we are worried for Homelander.
No, see, I am actually worried for Homelander. Somebody check on Homelander,
Somebody should check on Homelander, please.
because the boys are coming.
Somebody should check on Homelander. Please, somebody should check on Homelander.
If I should think about it, if I want to rate it among the superhero or super-enabled TV shows,
Yeah. Just this year. Just this year.
right? So we've had Invisible,
Yeah.
we've had Daredevil Born Again, we've had The Boys, Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Is there any one of them we're missing?
I don't think so far.
To be fair,
Yeah.
I've not seen Peacemaker, but I'll still give it to GenV. And I'm saying that as the biggest MCU fan you're ever going to meet, right?
Yeah.
I loved Daredevil Born Again. I loved what they set up for the new season. And eventually, we're going to get to all of that. But like,
Yeah.
what they did with Gen V season 2, like, so Gen V season 1 set a standard, right? It's an epic standard, a standard that is difficult to meet. Gen V season 2 came and was like, hold my beer.
Exactly. Hold my beer.
It's the fact that who they were setting up to be the big bad from the beginning of the TV show. For the first 5 episodes, this is an 8 episode TV series, right?
Yeah.
For the first 5 episodes, I did not know what his plan was. I could not tell his motivations.
Could not tell his powers.
Like it's such a fresh take to like see
Shout out to the creatives. Shout out to the creatives behind
the
it.
movies, because these days a lot of these are so on the nose.
Yeah.
You you will see that they've done something. The person that is going to tell you,
Oh, we are going to talk about that and Hollywood. We're going to talk about that and Hollywood.
right? It's like have a brain. You just need to call her, spell out everything for me. But Gen V took it up a notch. They were not spelling it out, and they had me thinking, they had me racking my brain. Like, what's this dude up to? Slightly is his motivation. Okay, I get it. He's running his tool, right?
Yeah.
And eventually they revealed like, oh, he had this power of controlling us. Okay, yes, he's controlling us, but yet, see, what is his motivation? What's he trying to achieve? Right?
And the funny thing was that it still wasn't him. It's him,
Bro,
still wasn't him.
my God.
It was a roller coaster.
So,
And
see, I have watched a lot of TV shows in my lifetime, right? And I don't think any other movie had caught me off guard with their plot twist.
yes,
I did not anticipate that happening. I was so focused on wondering what his motivation as Cypher was. I did not even it did not come to my mind. I could not phantom the idea that he was not the one controlling himself. Like, what? That came from the left view. That was crazy. So
it was great.
GenV was such a dope experience.
It was. And we urge each and every one of you out there to go see it. It was a really nice one by Amazon Prime. And I think they've been doing really, really well as a studio. Like, shout out to them. Please give a round of applause for,
No, give them a round of applause. A round of applause. They've been saying what I can't say the weight of time. But they say, oh yeah, that's not the weight of time.
But let's put a point on that. We'll come for them on that matter. But on this one, let's give them their flowers. Let's give them their flowers. They did really well.
He and his host of
Yeah.
TV show, pizzas and showrunners, they've done a good job for the boys and GenV in general. Like, I can't wait to see what the fight is going to bring.
Yeah. It's
So excited.
it's so
That
exciting.
last scene of the season, seeing A-Train. My God. We've spoiled it for you guys, but you definitely watch it. Definitely watch it.
It's worth seeing. It's worth seeing. You would enjoy it to the very last moment.
Yeah.
I can assure you that.
And also imagining Mari going on the boys and healing Usha. No.
You said too much. You said too much.
That is-
You said too much. Too much.
But yeah,
All right.
higher stakes sales like that. That is what we want to see. That's what we're expecting from Netflix in the Wisher season 4.
Hopefully, again, fingers crossed.
That's true.
We believe in Liam Hemsworth.
I do not believe in Liam Hemsworth, fortunately. All right, so you wanted to talk to me about Pantheon. Take it away.
Well, I think AMC Plus did a 80% lovely and amazing job with that animation series.
See?
Yes, 80%. 80%. I think it was awesome. The moral dilemma, the characters, the choices, the world building, the intricacies. Like, how? Because I'm saying it in this kind of way because I do not want to spoil it for, our community and our fans and people out there. I want you to go and watch it because it's so crazy how they set up, season 1 and, set up season 2. Although, why I said 80% because they they did something so meta that just true. It's just that just they had me racking my brain at the end, but
Okay.
I think it was an awesome watch. It was really, really an awesome watch. You know what? We're in an era of AI and tech, and also they being able to embed that in such a way that you could relate to it, basically.
Give us a little bit of plot.
Or the plot.
Just an idea.
Oh, okay. What the plot set out to a kind of scenario where you are able to upload your consciousness
Okay.
into the cloud, basically. So uploaded intelligence, they call it UI, basically. And it's all kind of rounded up in that kind of scenario of the choice of living in your physical body or uploading yourself, basically. So that kind of left a dilemma where you choose mortal life or eternal life, basically. So that kind of precedence really was crazy because you had people fighting and people making choices, family members being betrayed because they felt that ah you are choosing to leave,
Abandoned.
yeah, to abandon them and get uploaded. And yeah, it was just a lot of emotional ruckus, basically. And it created a lot of tensions, basically. Yeah, and it was quite interesting. I found it really intriguing, the storyline and all, and how the internet as well. Oh my god, how the internet also controls a lot of narratives. You could see the play of how media was used to control a lot of people's actions and reactions. It was so surreal. And AMC Plus did a wonderful job. I wish they could have done better, or they should have stopped. They
Honestly,
they took it a step so much.
I'll give my take on Pantheon. Well, right. So I did not get to watch season one of Pantheon, right?
Okay.
Or I from the flashback from the beginning of season two, I was able to get an idea of what season one
Oh
covered.
yeah.
And like you said, it was such a a wholesome take on, you know, our world currently on that. So sort of different because what we are dealing with is AI, but the TV show was dealing with what they called AI
Yeah.
intelligence. But yeah, the the reaction collection of humanity to the UI is kind of like what we get in our world with the reaction to AI, right?
Yeah.
So it was so that was good in itself. That should I call it real world commentary? Also, it was actually an engrossing story as well.
It was. It was. It
It
was.
was up until the last two episodes of season two. They lost me. It's quite unfortunate, but it's just
Yes. Yes.
right. So yeah, they did a good job.
Indeed.
And based off of the first two episodes and like the previous season, I think they seriously deserve to be like maybe a 7 out of 10.
I'll give it an 8. I'll give you an 8. I'll give you an 8. Okay, let's meet at the middle. I'll give it a 7.5. I'll give it 7.5. A 7.5. Let's rest. It's 7.5. They tried. They tried. Come on, give them their flowers. It's not easy. Just the last two
Don't
episodes.
say I agree with the from next week we are starting our own separate podcast. Net theory. The Mega Mind podcast will continue without me. Thank you very much. I hereby pass in my resignation.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's joking. It's joking. It's joking. Although it's giving me eyes, but it's joking. It's joking.
So yeah, plus your action was really good. I really don't like how far the last year.
Yeah, it was totally unnecessary. It was totally unnecessary.
They lost the audience a lot. So too engrossed in their whole story. I'm a big watcher of sci-fi. Right? So if you
Yeah, it's in the same five genres.
visit of everybody, so I'm telling you, get to
It was quite unfortunate though. I just felt that they could have ended things prior and not lost or leave the audience in a state of what did I just watch exactly?
of this competition. Like so
Cities.
lost sight, like of political commentary,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. It's
Was
a great watch for. Yeah. So I think we kind of coming to the end.
end of this episode. But
Yes.
we are going to make this a constant session at the end of our podcast. we are going to share an unpopular opinion. But I think I want to focus it today.
Okay.
Let's talk about an unpopular opinion you have in the fantasy genre.
And of
Fantasy, both the fantasy genre and the same genre of fantasy epic.
okay. Fantasy genre and the subgenre of fantasy epic. Unpopular opinion. Popular opinion. Unpopular opinion. I think I think the new Harry Potter franchise is not going to do very well. I don't think it's going to do very well. That's I don't think it's going to do very well.
Not agree against that either.
I don't think it's going to do very well.
I am cautious about that. I am cautiously excited. Yes, I can't be fully excited just because I know no no sleep. Like come on.
I know the fan base is excited, and I've even seen some of the cast, and it's looking good. But there's something about, I don't know, maybe it was a turmoil before it finally got checked by both the writer and the studio. I don't know, but I don't think it's going to do very well.
I agree with you on that. Hmm. I agree with it really because it's just a lot of things these days with the quality of stories that are coming back in Hollywood. And I also think it might be a fine line to navigate expanding the story into a TV shows because each of those movies now going to be expanded into one season of a TV show. So I am forced to wonder if a lot of the episodes in between are going to be too much filler. So too much filler, not enough substance to keep the fan base engaged. That is a risk they have the chance of running into, right? So yeah, I agree with that on popular opinion. Let me think.
Bro, this is prayer time. I have time. We have don't have time about it.
All right. Unpopular opinion on the fantasy genre.
Yeah. Okay, look, because I think okay, mine it was actually from the fantasy genre. Okay, okay, okay.
For both of us,
Okay, but both of us. Okay. All right, all right.
in
Mm.
I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. The first thing that's coming to my mind is we deserve another season of Melly. But everybody agrees with that. If you don't agree with that, you are the problem with this world. If you don't agree with that opinion, you are the
Which
problem with this.
which men are we talking about? Which men are we talking about?
In a land of myths,
And no time of magic. The destiny of a great kingdom rests on the shoulders of a young one. His name, Merlo. I
hopefully you get the bit we're talking about now.
I actually I actually think that it's ended quite well. I would actually want to understand why you'd want an additional episode. Actually, would you want
Additional season,
yeah,
yeah.
an additional episode? Would you have wanted it to be prior to his death or after his death? Like exploring me. Oh, okay, okay. Then then I agree with you. Then I agree with you.
What happened
Then I agree with you. I agree with you.
much earlier when we
I agree with you. I agree with you. Then.
of that episode,
Yeah.
when Otto died, he showed a they showed a little bit of trailer for the next season.
Hmm.
And like next season of Merlin, and they showed when they're being crowned queen and
Yeah.
whatever. And then all of a sudden, nothing from the studio. It was just cancelled. Right? And I recently watched that. I think they've cut all of those scenes out from the end of it, but I knew what I saw. I knew what I saw. I know there was something in the works, right? Before it was cancelled. And there is this part of me as a child that still longs to that ending will never go to, and possibly the resurrection of Otto. They set the whole thing up for Otto to be resurrected.
Okay.
The dragon literally told Merlin that a time will come that when Camelot needs Otto, he will come back. And that's why Merlin had to take him all the way to that river. So yes,
I can't even remember the name of the river right now. The river where he threw Excalibur was it?
exactly.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you just disappeared, silent, crickets. Like we deserve better, right? We deserve better.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I think I agree with you. So we both agree with yeah, yes, this week. So
Let's call back and check on us. Let's
yeah, and one more thing, please pray for Homelander. It is that serious. We are worried. We are worried for Homelander, guys, and that's something to say when you are worried for the bad guy.
It's crazy. The squad is lit right now. We have Pusha, we have A3, we have Starlight, we have Marie.
It's crazy right now. It's crazy right now. And anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in this week. It's been awesome. This is our first episode. We want to tell you to comment, like, subscribe. Comments, please. Let the comments come in, as much comments as you get, and drop out. Share with your friends, your groups, social network, please. And also feedbacks. If you give us feedback, maybe you want to tell us about a topic you want us to analyze, or a TV shows, or a movies. Yeah, definitely. We're all open. Once again, my name is Atari Jude, and my co-host right here is
Dopideme.
and this is Mega My Podcast. Catch you guys next week.